Hey there everybody, welcome back to Options Inc. Welcome to the $100 challenge trade recap for January 3rd, 2023. Let's get right into it. So here's the 5-minute SPY chart. Long story short, this is game over. This is it. Today was the end of the $100 account, and this was a really fun and very interesting experience. Actually, it showed me the nuances of trading a small account, what you have to keep in mind, the psychology, and on top of that, how it feels like to trade a small account on Interactive Brokers with market order issues, market fills, and things like that. However, on top of all of this, psychology was the biggest and most important. And to be honest, let's just go over to the trade. Market gapped up pre-market. We opened up. This level is new, so I plotted this level today after the fact. But there was another level here, it was just a little smaller. The other zone here was actually from the midpoint of this zone down to the bottom. So as we opened up, you see us come down, go up, reject off this huge zone, and then just keep climbing down. Now, throughout all of this, I wanted to take a trade over here actually. So this was the bottom of my previous zone that I had from previous days, and I wanted to take a short here, but I wasn't able to because I don't know, Interactive Brokers was just not letting me. The market prices were not updating live, so I'm not seeing which contract is available to buy, and it was just a whole mess. Eventually, because I can't get in, I can't buy a contract, Interactive Brokers not showing me contract prices properly, I just decided to sit it out, and that was painful actually, because this was a huge move and I wanted to get in as it was rejecting, but I guess Interactive Brokers or God had other plans. Eventually though, I got in over here when market prices were a little more visible because Interactive Brokers show market prices every 15 minutes. So I was able to pinpoint a contract I could buy, and this position actually ran down to my target level and beyond it. My target level was at the bottom of this zone, but the pressure threw it down all the way down to the top of the zone below, made a healthy $7 and I believe 47 cents. The next move was on this candle, caught a really short scalp to the top. I was expecting it to go up to this level here, but just because of market order and the way things were going, got a 15-cent profit here, and I left it for the day. I was like, okay, the account is up to $48. It's fine. We'll come back tomorrow. And this is where it gets tricky because as it's moving along, I decided to take a trade here because contracts were a little cheaper and I thought I could get another trade in instead of just walking away with these two green trades. Now, why was this trade a wrong trade? At the time, I was not mentally aware, even though I should have been, maybe psychologically aware. But here's the fact, this zone has been showing us price has been rejecting off of it multiple times, right? And this time, however, I was thinking, okay, maybe we're gonna break up out of this zone. Eventually, the play does come to me, kind of, but truly at that time, as it was trying to come up, I bought into this zone, I bought calls, going long, and immediately reversed on me. And I was trading in the 5-minute chart, and I was trading in the 15-minute chart, so it didn't look exactly like this. It looked more like this. Where'd it go? So it looked more like this. Regardless though, I'm using the 5-minute chart because I also had it open, but I wasn't keenly paying attention to it. Now, normally I don't trade the 15-minute chart, but I realized last night that going a little higher on the time frame was actually very beneficial. It was less panic inducing, it was less stressful for a small account to handle, and the moves were a lot clearer, right? Regardless though, reject. I was like, okay, coming back up, we may break through this. Now, instead of waiting for confirmation, this move happened so fast that it went up and then immediately rejected, like within nanoseconds, and I was red from this position. Went down, eventually closed my position down here. As it's breaking down, I'm like, okay, well, at this point, my account only has like $20. At this point, the account is effectively dead. But I decided, why not? At this point, if it's breaking down, maybe we catch a little move to the downside. Now, at this point, I basically gave up because the account was effectively dead. As I bought puts here, look, this is a nice demand zone. This whole area right? We're bouncing off of this area. We came back down to this area, should have kept an eye on what the chart was doing previously in the zone, and bounced up. And that put me in the red and essentially made the $20 down to zero. And that's the end. That's the end of the $100 account challenge. I've learned a lot through trying to trade $100 and the nuances. I learned a lot in my trading as well. I think it made me a better trader, looking and reanalyzing all of my charts and how to actually trade it with a little more patience. It was very eye-opening and it was a very fun experience. But this is the end of the challenge in very short 4 days, I think 4 or 5 days, and we're starting off the new year blowing up the little $100 account. Regardless though, thanks for joining me on this $100 account challenge. I'll go back to making other videos. I think this $100 account challenge and making constantly for videos for this has been keeping me away from other content, so I'm glad to go back to making different kinds of content. However, perhaps in the future we'll do another small account challenge, but not anytime soon. This was a fun experience, and if you tried a small account challenge with Interactive Brokers, let me know in the comment section below. Now, final thoughts. This is possible, but it is very difficult, right? And quite frankly, to be honest, in this market structure, I wasn't aware as much with $100. I think I pushed it way too much. My psychology wasn't on point. But final thoughts, $100 account challenge is definitely possible. You just have to keep in mind that it's going to be very, very tough. Very, very difficult. But it was a very fun experience. Maybe in the future we come back to it. I don't know. But in the meanwhile, I'll be making more content regarding options trading in different manners, talking about more of the psychology of trading and many other videos coming up. So this was fun. Thank you for joining me. And on top of that, I will see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.